Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour movie, captures something far bigger than a concert on screen. It is a celebration of music, emotion, storytelling, growth, and connection that spans nearly 2 decades of one artist's life. What makes this movie special is not only the incredible performance footage, but the way it reminds us that music has the power to shape our memories, to define chapters of our lives, and to bring millions of people together in shared experience. From the moment it begins, the movie feels like a journey, one that moves backward and forward in time, that revisits old loves and new triumphs, and that honors a career built on honesty, vulnerability, reinvention, and the courage to feel deeply. The film is centered on the Eras Tour itself, a concert experience that took place across continents, filling stadiums night after night with fans who know every lyric, every beat, every emotion embedded in the songs. But unlike a simple recording of a performance, the Eras Tour movie places the concert within a larger narrative of an artist's evolution. It is as if you are walking through a gallery of musical eras, with each song acting as a brushstroke on a vast canvas of growth. These are songs written in bedrooms, on tour buses, in quiet moments and loud heartbreaks, songs that have become the personal playlists of millions around the world. The movie invites the audience not just to watch, but to feel, to remember where they were when they first heard a certain song, or how a lyric once helped them through something they didn't think they could survive. Taylor Swift is the unmistakable heart of this movie. She stands on stage with confidence and grace, but the camera also captures moments of tenderness, vulnerability, and joy that reveal the humanity behind the star. She is constantly moving, constantly performing, yet there are subtle pauses when it feels like she is absorbing the magnitude of what is happening. A singer looking out at tens of thousands of faces, each one carrying their own story, their own connection to her music. What makes this film so powerful is that it never loses sight of that connection. It reminds us that a performance is not just about spectacle. It is about reciprocity, about a shared heartbeat between artist and audience. Visually and sonically, the Eras Tour movie is a feast. The stage design evolves with each segment, each era represented by distinct themes, colors, and emotional tones. There are moments of dazzling light and choreography, of acoustic intimacy, of theatrical storytelling that carries as much narrative weight as any film. Each song set feels like a chapter in a novel, sometimes triumphant, sometimes soft, sometimes heartbreakingly quiet. The transitions are seamless, allowing the audience to feel the weight and joy of each era without interruption. The sound is engineered to make every note punch through the silence, every harmony resonate so that even when watching on a screen, you can feel the vibrations of the music coursing through you. The movie also includes glimpses behind the curtain, not in a documentary sense, but through candid moments that reveal the heart and humor that carry her long nights and long days. There are quick exchanges with bandmates, flashes of laughter with crew members, and moments where the overwhelming joy of performing is visible on her face. These slices of life serve as reminders that while the stage is grand and the show is meticulously crafted, the essence of the experience is rooted in genuine connection and shared human emotion. One of the most compelling aspects of the Eras Tour movie is how it handles the transitions between different phases of an artist's career. Taylor Swift's evolution has been marked by reinvention, from youthful country breakout to pop powerhouse, to a more introspective and rock-leaning sound, to the re-recording of old albums as a reclaiming of artistic ownership. Each era has its own identity, its own aesthetic, its own emotional core. The film honors this evolution without making it feel disjointed, weaving the eras together into a tapestry that feels cohesive yet richly varied. This approach allows fans and new viewers alike to see not just the hits, but the growth, the risks, and the stories behind them. The audience's presence in the film is another central character. The crowd is not a backdrop. It is an active participant. You see faces lit up in the glow of phone lights, hands raised in unison, tears flowing in quiet moments, cheers erupting in exuberant waves. What is remarkable is how the movie captures communal emotion on such a massive scale while still honoring individual experience. The person in the front row singing a line with conviction, The fans in the back dancing with abandon, the quiet smiles between friends who came to share the night together. The Eras Tour movie reminds us that concerts are not just performances. They are gatherings of people who have woven parts of their identity into the songs they love. The set list in the film is a testament to both longevity and reinvention. You hear early tracks that feel like old friends, melodies lined with nostalgia. You hear pop anthems that sparked stadium sing-alongs. You hear stripped-down ballads that reveal vulnerability in its purest form. You hear songs that have become soundtracks to heartbreak and healing. Each song is given space to breathe, to be felt, and to be celebrated. And between performances, there are moments of silence and reflection, the calm between storms, that allow the emotional weight of what has been sung to settle in the hearts of viewers. Although the movie does not follow a traditional narrative plot, it tells a story with emotional arcs that resemble the structure of a classic novel. There are peaks of exhilaration, valleys of softness, moments of introspection, and sequels of euphoria. Watching the film is like tracing the emotional timeline of millions of fans, even if they arrived at that timeline through different experiences. The narrative is not linear in the conventional sense, but it is deeply cohesive because it reflects how life is experienced, not in straight lines, but in waves of emotion that circle back on themselves, redefine themselves, and carry us forward. The production quality of the film matches the ambition of the tour itself. Every shot is carefully framed, every musical moment crisply captured, every emotional beat thoughtfully placed. It becomes clear that the people behind the camera were not just recording a show. They were crafting an experience meant to resonate on screens around the world. The lighting design, the cinematography, the pacing, all of it works in harmony to create a cinematic experience that feels both grand and personal. It is a movie that demands to be felt with your whole self, not just watched with your eyes. There are moments when the energy is so high that it feels like the screen can't contain it, like the joy of thousands of fans and the exuberance of live music are trying to burst into the real world. And there are moments when the energy is quiet but no less powerful, like a hush that falls over a crowd when a beloved lyric begins, or the breathless anticipation before a favorite song drops. The film understands that emotion is not measured only in volume and spectacle, but in the stillness that comes when a lyric lands perfectly in a listener's heart. The Eras Tour movie also explores the idea of legacy, not in a boastful way, but as a truth that unfolds naturally through connection and time. Legacy here is not trophies or records, but the way a song becomes woven into someone's life story. It is the teenager driving alone with the windows down, singing at the top of their lungs. The friend group reliving memories song by song. The quiet fan who finds comfort in a melody on a difficult night. The movie honors this legacy by giving space to those moments, reminding viewers that music is not just sound, it is memory, identity, connection. Taylor Swift's performance in the film is magnetic, not just because of her voice or stage presence, but because of her command of emotional truth. There are moments when she is wildly performative, throwing herself into dance and spectacle, and moments when she pulls back to let a lyric speak for itself, raw and unadorned. In these quieter passages, the focus shifts from performance to vulnerability, and those are often the most powerful moments. Watching her sing songs that were written in moments of heartbreak, joy, confusion, or hope, you see not just an artist performing, but a person sharing pieces of her own journey with the world. The film's soundtrack and sound mixing are engineered to pull the viewer into the space between the stage and the crowd, creating an immersive experience that makes you feel as though you are in the stadium, singing along with tens of thousands of voices. Yet, even with that collective energy, the movie finds ways to honor individual experience. The fan whose voice cracks on a favorite line. The person moved to tears by a song that once felt like it was written for them alone. This delicate balance between the communal and the personal is one of the movie's greatest achievements. Watching the Eras Tour movie is not just about reliving hits or seeing a concert on screen. It is about understanding the cultural heartbeat that made those songs resonate so deeply. It is a reminder that music can be a mirror, reflecting our own stories back to us in ways that feel personal and profound. The movie makes you recall your own moments, the times you played a song on repeat, the nights you whispered lyrics with someone you loved, the solitary drives where a melody became your companion. It is as much a soundtrack to our lives as it is a performance on screen. By the time the movie reaches its final moments, it feels less like a show that has ended.